Right, doing something different today. This is called Sue's Adventure. We are in Medora, Montana right now. It's right next to the Teddy Roosevelt National Park. And you know I'm a nature girl, so I'm on an adventure, and Mark decided not to go. So this is Sue's Adventure. Okay, that didn't work well. So in 2017, we bought a National Park Lifetime Senior Pass for only $20. Since the end of August of 2017, that pass has actually now gone up to $80. The pass is in Mark's name. So when I got there, because Mark was not with me, they would not let me in. So, change of plans. You waiting on me?
Yes, I am.
So we came into the park's South Unit entrance right in the town of Medora. We thought we'd like to take the whole loop around, but this road actually was closed due to damages that were done over the winter. So we decided then just to make our way up to Wind Canyon Trail and then come on back down. So we're in the Teddy Roosevelt National Park right now, and we're taking the loop, and we're coming across some wild horses. That one's having fun, rubbing himself in the dirt. Look at that. The southern unit is well known for its scenic drives, the hiking trails, and spotting of wildlife. I mean, we saw a lot of wildlife. Here's a skyline vista. Part of the loop drive in the Teddy Roosevelt National Park. 0.2 miles, easy they say. So here we go.
So every once in a while I'm just amazed how somebody, and we just saw this happen, they have a Chihuahua, they let their dog go to the bathroom here and they didn't clean up after it. Unbelievable.
I'd say Chihuahua Bison. So we're now over on the Skyline Vista, and you can see the horses in the distance where we just were.
Show them what's really interesting though, honey, is show them I-94.
Oh my gosh. It's the Badlands of North Dakota. So what's really interesting too is right through the national park, actually right here, is I-94 going right through the park. Gotta wonder, how unusual is that? Badlands.
Here's Sue, the explorer, letting her little child on the inside come out so she can take a walk to the end of the cliff. I actually wasn't supposed to come on this hike with her. I was going to stay back and take care of some business and make some doctor's appointments and do different things. And she had a little difficulty getting into the national park because our passes, we have two of them, but somehow they ended up being both in my name. So we had to take care of that, and here I am, and I'm actually glad I came along. Good to be alive, good to be breathing this air, and good to be with my wife.
So you can see way out in the distance, there's the city of Medora, right there. And beyond this hill is our campground. So where the white tent is here, the road, that's the road that leads into our campground. And off in the distance, right here, you see the chateau. And on the other side of this ridge is that windy road that led us up to the Pitchfork Steak Fondue, which is right here. Then in this area is where the amphitheater was, on the other side of that ridge. So you can see how really close everything is together. the Pitchfork Steak Fondue, the Medora Musical, the City, Teddy Roosevelt National Park. They're all in the same area. So the other night we took this windy road at night. Actually going in it wasn't too bad. Coming out it was pretty dark.
Where were we going?
So where are you going, Mark?
Oh, well, I'm going to see Geo Astro, who, I should turn on the light.
No.
All right, I'm going to see Geo Astro, who was one of the people that was a financial backer and actually a star in the Nomad Fest movie, which we loved, and we loved going to Nomad Fest. We really liked these people. They have an ultra interesting life. They carry around a bunch of astronomy equipment. John was, I think, probably a science teacher in Wisconsin, and him and his wife retired, and their mission in life is to drive around and hold classes. Of course, you want to support a good thing like that. So we're kind of excited to go. It's about 9:15 at night, and we're driving the loop-de-loop here and trying to find a place. We'll see how good we are at navigating.
And this is where John and Brenda actually are stationed for about 3 months, I believe, giving these lessons, classes.
Yeah.
They've got all kinds of equipment that they carry with them, telescopes, and got a big trailer they just load up. It's like a traveling classroom. It's beautiful. So once the lights from all the cars were off, we weren't allowed to turn any lights on, so we didn't do any recording. We had to let our eyes adjust to the night sky. But there was also another delay because we had a herd of bison that were right there by us. We had to kind of hang out by the RV and the trailer just for safety until they wandered away. Once they were gone, the sky was amazing. We saw Saturn, and I can't even tell you how many different constellations. Totally worth driving up there. The next day, we drove back up there to actually try to videotape where we were and what we were doing, but they weren't around. But here's actually a link to a 2-minute video that they recorded right there, and it shows their telescopes and how close the bison were and how absolutely beautiful it was. We got it. There they are. What a great place to be for the summer. That's where they park. Volunteer, stay for free, and educate a lot of people. Nice gig. Prairie dog territory, and we're not supposed to feed them.
What about husbands? Can you feed husbands, honey?
That's allowed. Go for it. Look at you, cute little guy, standing up. There are actually about 4 prairie dog towns in the loop. There were tons of them everywhere. There are also a lot of hiking trails and scenic vistas. Marco, are you going to hike with me?
I gotta go look at a vista.
Vistas are good for your soul. Alright, this was worth it, right?
Okay, I think that you have to go out here, honey.
I am.
Yeah, and then I'll take a picture of you. I'll stay here in the lawn chair.
Alright, this was worth a teeny tiny hike to get over here. So now I'm at the Wind Canyon Trail. It looks like it's a 0.4 trail, and it's going to follow along a cliff on the river. This trail leads up and it goes over to this higher point that looks like could be pretty cool view. It's hard to tell, but that goes down pretty darn deep. Kind of at the top now, and with my fear of heights it's kind of nerve-wracking, but oh my god, so worth it. Wow.
I got the car all locked up and I'm ready to go, honey. So are we going?
Too late. It was awesome. You should have gone. There's a cliff right along the river. Beautiful view. I was talking to somebody. They just said down the road, if you go down that gravel road we looked at, there's like a herd of at least 50 bison. Crossing the road. Took them a while to get going, waiting for them to cross.
Yeah, but that's only 36 less than we saw the day before.
I think we should go. What do you think? Let's add to our adventure. Come on, let's go, baby. We left Wind Canyon Trail and headed back towards Peace Valley Ranch, where Geo Astro was. Then we drove down the road towards Lower Paddock Creek Trail. So here's the trail we have to go down to find the herd of bison. We heard the herd is over here. So as we're driving down one of the roads to the trailhead, look what we came across. It's these guys, the bison, that first brought Teddy Roosevelt to the North Dakota Territory to hunt bison in 1883. A year later, he returned to grieve tragic loss. His mother and his wife died within hours on the same day. His wife had actually just given birth to their daughter just 2 days before. He wanted to lose himself in the vastness of the Badlands. He then became a cattle rancher and found purpose and adventure again. His ranch eventually failed, but he loved the rugged beauty and he kept coming back. The woman that I met on the trail actually told me she ran across about 50 bison, but when we got there, I'd say it was more like 300. And check out the herd of bison. Wow. How many are there? I think the grass is better over here. This park was established in 1947 to honor President Teddy Roosevelt. He's quoted saying, "I have always said I never would have been president if it had not been for my experience in North Dakota.